I have wanted to meet Cabell Calloway III for the longest time. I grew up hearing stories about Cab's music when he played during the explosion of black entertainment in the 30s and 40s. At 85, the band leader and showman doesn't wear a zoot suit anymore, but he's still recognized as the hidey-ho man and a real blues brother.
Hidey, 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 hidey. Hidey, 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 hidey. Hody, hody, hody,
Cab sang his signature theme song, Minnie the Moocher, in the Blues Brothers film and broke up the house.
To jump a jive.
We spent a Sunday afternoon looking at some of his old movies in the living room of his home in White Plains, New York. I had heard during his big band days, Cab could be demanding, requiring his musicians to appear at least 15 minutes before showtime, dressed correctly and ready to play. But talk about a trooper. The night before we met, he fell on a patch of ice in his driveway. The next day, his back hurt. But he got out of bed to talk about old times, his music, and his movies. Cab Calloway's public stretches far back into the 1930s and 40s. His name is linked with Duke Ellington, Lena Horne, Louis Armstrong, Fats Waller, Dizzy Gillespie, and his home for a while was the famous Cotton Club.
This program is coming to you from the Cotton Club in Harlem, New York City.
Cab Calloway directed the house band there and entertained audiences with his scat singing, syllabalizing sounds to a beat. But did you ever scat because you forgot the words?
Mm-hmm. In Minnie the Moocher, I did. That's how I got the hidey-ho. So I forgot the lyric in Minnie the Moocher and put in another song. And I put in ski beep 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 hidey-ho. Everybody liked it.
And he discovered the mob did too. He says gangsters ran the Cotton Club during the 30s. He learned that while playing another club.
The head waiter came on the floor, and came up to me and says, "There's some fellas here want to see you as soon as you get through. Right over there." I said, "Okay." Then I finished the set I was doing, and I went over to meet these guys. He says, "You're a nice guy." I says, "We like you." Says, "Be up at the Cotton Club tomorrow for a rehearsal, for an audition, rather, in other words." And I told him, I said, "Well, you better see my manager, talk to my manager." "I don't want to." "You'll be there." I was there.
It was a freewheeling time in a segregated country. Like the movie The Cotton Club showed, white people wanted to hear the kind of music Calloway and other black entertainers were offering, and they were willing to venture to isolated islands like the Cotton Club to get it. Calloway liked to display the signs of his success, especially in the Deep South. When the band toured, they traveled on trains, and Cab would bring his Pierce Arrow car in its own baggage car.
I put a baggage car on behind the Pullman. And every time we get in, I'd slide the car off and I'd ride all over town. Tell you something else. Something else.
You were kind of rubbing it in.
Yeah. I was always dressed sharp. Camel hair coats, raccoon coats, man. Something else.
But it also made the black people in the town feel good.
Yeah. Oh, well, sure.
Calloway's energy and debonair style made him popular with white and black audiences. He coined the word jitterbug and even published a dictionary of jive talk so everyone else could keep up with what the hipsters were saying.
Well, I've always attempted to entertain people.
What do you give to the audience? And then what do you want back?
I just want a little... and that loot.
Next to entertaining, Cab's other love has been the racetrack. A few weeks ago, he hit it right and came home with $4,500 in his pocket. Now, your wife told me that's the one thing you absolutely love are the horses, to the point if you have a toilet seat in there with mutual tickets on it.
There's no sun up in the sky
He's credited with discovering Lena Horne in a show chorus line. They starred in the film Stormy Weather, and Cab recalls feeling protective towards young Lena around dancer Bill Robinson.
Bill Robinson was after her. He was after her. The old man was after the young, fine little girl. And I had all I could do is keep him away from her.
You also were great friends with Dizzy Gillespie.
Yeah.
You even fired him once.
Yeah.
Why'd you fire him?
Well, it was a funny thing happened. We were doing the show. And as the curtain came down, it was applause and everything, and something hit me back of the head. It was a spitball. There was nobody I could accuse of throwing a spitball but Dizzy. See, Dizzy was a devil.
The playful argument between the band leader and trumpeter escalated into a knife fight.
Matter of fact, I still have a mark on my backside where he hit me with the knife.
Cab discovered later another musician threw the spitball. He and Gillespie eventually reconciled. In fact, until his death, Gillespie called Calloway every year on Christmas Day, Calloway's birthday, with a trumpet rendition of the birthday song.
It's a long friendship. Well, let's see, and a lot of them gone. I have a band. I must have a whole band in heaven. Trombones, trumpets, saxophones, drummers, piano players. Only thing I think that I don't have is a bass.
There's the drummer, the pianist. There you are. I mean, back then, did you all know what effect you all were going to have on music?
Well, we were just trying to present it, that's all.
Cab Calloway will keep performing. He'll headline an ocean cruise of jazz greats this fall to raise money for a new Jazz Hall of Fame.